If they made a robot to blink and imitate the blink of the human eye, it would throw the robot out of sync because he couldn't keep the synchronization going like the eye does. Just something simple like that. Who created that? Who mastered that? Who planned that? And who regulates that? Human beings themselves? What's your answer? Of course not. What about this universe? Think about this. The Earth is one planet in our solar system, and our solar system is one of the systems in the Milky Way. The example I gave you previously. Who created that? Who designed that? Who maintains that perpetually until it continues to expand? And according to one scientific theory, what is it? That the universe is expanding as we are living. And one day it will expand until it will implode. Implode means it will explode from the inside, not from the outside, but cave in. Now this is a theory. We don't know, but we do know it is expanding. Yet, for all intents and purposes, it's not affecting the organization that we see. Who designed that? Who controls that? Is it man himself? Of course not. Man just stumbled on the theory yesterday. Certainly there's a creator. And that creator deserves to be acknowledged. And that creator deserves to be obeyed. Because that creator has the only one has the right to legislate and to adjudicate and to be for humans who have the highest intellect to conform to. And definitely that creator has no associates, and that creator has no comparisons. Did all of this synchronization, balance, harmony, variation, design, maintenance, operation, and infinite numeration, did this happen by chance, by random? And also, do these things function perpetually and perfectly, also by chance? And do they keep on reproducing themselves and maintaining themselves also by chance? What do you think? Of course not. That would be totally illogical and foolish. And we're not illogical, and we're not foolish, but maybe we just didn't think about that. At least it would indicate that however it came to be, it is totally outside of the realm of human capability, and we would all agree to that. We should all be in consensus to that all of this is outside of the realm of human capability. The being, the almighty power, God, the creator of the universe, the source of energy, the source of power, the source of existence. Call him, call it, call the creator what you will, but the principle is the same. It is beyond the capability of human beings themselves. We are subject, we are subordinate, we are not the principle ourselves.
If we are a product of a blind, naturalistic, mechanical process, then what reasons do we have to trust our mind? Because cockroaches are much better than us at surviving as human beings, right? Now, if rationality is purely due to survivability, then when was the last time that we saw a bunch of cockroaches sitting around discussing quantum mechanics over coffee, right? We clearly have a higher cognitive faculty than certain animals do, and we have
there is a spectrum, though, as you would go and you would.
Yeah, I mean, look, we would look at the Andromeda galaxy and try and work out the sort of constants around there. Cats wouldn't do that. So how do atheists reconcile the fact that their belief system dictate? You can believe in evolution and believe in a creator. There's no contradiction between the two. That wasn't my point. My point was purely from an atheistic paradigm, right? That there is no God, there is no intelligence behind this universe, right? Assuming, say, Darwinian evolution is true, even though science is based on induction, it can be wrong. Assuming it's true, how can you trust your mind when your mind is a product of a blind evolutionary process which doesn't have an end goal?
First of all, reason and the laws of logic. Christopher is a self-described materialist, but if atheism is true, we have no grounds to know it because reason and thoughts are just chemical reactions in the brain. How can you have, even Einstein believed this. Einstein was a determinist. How can you trust what Christopher says if it's just chemical reactions going on in his brain and chemical reactions in our brain? See, chemicals don't reason, they react. Now, I'm not saying there's no connection between our thinking and chemicals. There is. But if it's nothing but chemicals, how can we trust them? Even Darwin recognized this. It's called Darwin's doubt. He said, if we are just the product materially of primates, why should I even trust anything, much less my theory of natural selection? The next major reason is the laws of mathematics. Science depends on the notion that the universe is rational and mathematical at all levels. But how does rationality and mathematics arise from randomness? How do they come from matter? Rationality and mathematics are the product of mind, not matter. So you got reason and the laws of logic, the laws of mathematics, and then number 7, or 7 in my list here, 3 in the addition, human freedom and the ability to make choices. Christopher is somebody who is very concerned about human freedom as I am. But again, if we are just molecules in motion, how do we have human freedom? William Provine from Cornell, he's a materialist, a Darwinist. He points out that we don't have any human freedom if all we are is molecules in motion. Now, Christopher ought not scold anybody for being a snake-handling, Bible-thumping, fundamentalist preacher, because according to his own worldview, that person is that way because these are just chemicals going on in his brain. Neither could you say that Hitler had done anything wrong if it's just chemicals going on in his brain. I mean, what is the murder molecule? How much does justice weigh? These are questions that have no answer in a materialistic worldview, but that is Christopher's worldview. It seems to me that it makes much more sense to say that reason and laws of logic, mathematics, and human freedom come from a great mind that granted us these immaterial realities. The final argument is consciousness. Do you know that a heap of sand and a human brain have the same elements? Why are some carbon-based molecules conscious and others are not? Materialists have no answer for this. Daniel Dennett, another person who would agree with Christopher on many things, he's a materialist, says that consciousness is an illusion because he's a materialist. You're not really witnessing this right now. It's just an illusion. Now, one wonders if he was conscious when he wrote this. But again, there is no explanation for this in an atheistic worldview. Now, I have a couple other arguments on the bench, but I don't have time to get to them. Let me just sum up in 1 minute. We need to take all this data in context, not just one argument, but all of them. What is the best explanation? Christopher has to explain these 8 truths about the universe from an atheistic perspective. He must explain how the universe arose from nothing, how extreme fine-tuning and design arose from chaos, how life arose from non-life, how morality arose from materials, how reason and the laws of logic arose from matter, how mind arose from mud, how mathematics arose from molecules, how human freedom arose from blind repetitive forces, and how consciousness arose from chemicals. If he can't give evidence to explain these truths about reality from an atheistic perspective, if he's just going to state unsupported, speculative possibilities that rely on faith, then I think theism is a more reasonable worldview. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate it.